It's Week 6 of the 2022 season, where we'll see teams who have been division rivals since 1961. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles on Sunday night.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And last weekend, they pulled one out in a very low-scoring affair. It was all about their defense.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. His first look is incomplete. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. We know they have these RPOs in their playbook, and look, we're seeing it here in the first quarter. You think we're going to see it as the game continues?
They trotted them out early for a reason, partner. They're letting them know that this is in the arsenal, and we rely on it. You better be prepared because this is going to be an all-day affair trying to stop them.
Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
The interception. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, Prescott. Quick slant to Brown. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Noah Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Up the middle with Barkley. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Prescott off play action. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And again, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Yes, it's the first half. We'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Here's Aaron Zipas now. "36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but You're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he bats it away.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, ready?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Here's a screen with Gainwell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. The Eagles hustling to the line. Clock rolling. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll run here with Gainwell. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Touchdown! Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. first down. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The kick by Elliott is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another fourth down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Justin Fields, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Trey Lance, strong in the victory, as his guys run their record to 6-1 on the campaign. And lastly, it's a second straight Monday night devoted to the AFC West. We had the Raiders Chiefs last week. This time, it's the Broncos and the Chargers from SoFi. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. To throw is Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Misses the target. Incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they bring one here in this third quarter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Six yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now Prescott. Hard throw, incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. That's taken on the 25. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well. Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
Room here to run. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Barkley inside handoff. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. A handoff to Barkley. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Dak's going to keep it. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now down 21-13. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. They'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Scott. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Hurts trying to hurry up the offense. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down now, but that clock rolling. Hurts throws complete to Goddard. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do. Just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties. You're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is. Ends up throwing the interception.
They begin with a run by Barkley. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Prescott. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Cowboys, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.